Isaac couldn't find a way through, but he intelligently brought Iheanacho into the play. And wasn't Iheanacho's finish emphatic? Very confident. He scored 5 in qualifying. He's got his first now at a FIFA Under-17 World Cup. There's a chance here for a counter-attack. And that's an intelligent ball to bring in Isaac. Oh, Isaac has found Iheanacho. Iheanacho with the second. That is classic counter-attacking play from Nigeria. The Golden Eaglets lead Mexico now by 2-0. And once again, it's the pace of Isaac and the finishing of Kelechi Iheanacho. He showed great composure here, waited for his moment, and by the time he got it onto his favourite left foot and fired the shot away, there was no stopping it for Raul Coutinho. That's a lovely little shimmy there to make himself a bit of extra space. There. 2-0. Rodriguez. James strikes back for the Mexicans. You don't have to hit the ball hard if you place it like this. Right in the bottom corner. And again, good composure. That's what you need from your strikers. And James makes it 2-1.
Well, just had to bring that to you and show you what happened. First time Nigeria took on Mexico, well, it was goals galore. 6-1 it ended in favor of Nigeria. The big question is, how would today's final match turn out? That's a question in the hearts and minds of every football-loving Nigerian. But that's how we welcome you to the show this lovely Friday morning. My name is Yemi Adebayo, and of course we have a lot lined up on the show this morning. Of course, the FIFA Under-17 World Cup will dominate our thoughts surely as Nigerians. Of course, we'll look at it, look at the past winners, the journey of the two teams so far. Of course, today as well, the third place would be played, so we'll be looking at all of that. Well, on the African continent, the biggest thing will be going down this weekend. Second leg of the final of the CAF Champions League. We'll be looking at it. Egyptian Giants Al Ahly will be taking on Orlando Pirates. So we'll be looking at it. The first leg ended 1-1. So we'll try to do our own preview of that game. And of course, we will also look at big games across Europe, across the leagues, England, France, Germany, Spain, and Italy. We will be looking at all of that. We would try to spend more time on all the sports. We'll look at the 2016 Rio Olympics. We'll look at that. We would also look at the World Chess Championship that will start tomorrow. We'll look at that on the show this morning. The ATP Tour World Finals. Novak Djokovic booked his place in the semifinals yesterday. We will also talk about all of that. The guys that will be moving into the semifinals and the guys that might likely win the year-ending tournament. And of course, we'll look at basketball in Nigeria, what has happened, what is happening in Nigeria, and of course, what is happening abroad. We would, cross continents and go to the United States of America and look at what is happening in the NBA. That's after we look at basketball on the local scene. That's the outlook of the show this morning. And in between all I've said, really, we'll take a look at the papers. Well, this lovely Friday morning, I have Femi Adefeso and Olakunle Philip with me. Let me quickly welcome you guys to the show this lovely Friday morning.
Yeah, good to be here.
All right, Kunle?
Yeah, good morning. Of course, it's a wonderful Friday, and of course, all attention is being shifted to the United Arab Emirates, where the final will be played. Nigeria versus Mexico. I think at the end of today, we should be smiling
I hope so. I hope so. All right. Let's just drive straight into it. Let me start with you, Femi. Your thoughts, really. The Golden Eaglets being in the final. How does it make you feel? Really?
Yeah, I think it makes me feel good. I must say, but it's been a fantastic one for those guys. You know, in the beginning, they showed they had class. You know, they showed they had what it took, you know, to get to this stage. You know, right from even the pre-tournament games, you know, they were scoring all goals. Yeah. They came into the tournament with a high rating, and they've lived up to the billing. Yes, there was a blip when they played Sweden. You know, the 3-3 draw. We're all skeptical about that, facing them again. You know, in the last time out in the semi-final. But the guys showed that they've overcome, you know, the threat. They've learned their lessons, you know, early on. And I think what I like about these guys is that they are very young. You know, they know what they're doing, and they've grown, you know, as the game progressed. So I think good to go for them. I think thumbs up for that man. Everyone was skeptical about it.
For the boy,
you know,
for the boy.
Everybody's a sportsman.
Okay,
so
all right. I feel you. He said something before we move on. We don't really have much time to talk, but he said something that I think is key. Well, we're playing the Mexicans the second time. Are we going to be second time lucky? Against Sweden was a draw. We came back, we won, and we've beaten the Mexicans before. I don't know. How do you see this? Do you see them coming up with anything that might shock us, that might surprise us?
Yeah, I hope they don't shock us. I remember in 2003, precisely 2001.
Yeah,
that was in Trinidad and Tobago when we met the French under-17 team. The likes of when we had the French under-17 team had the likes of Chinyama Pongol, Femi Okpabumi, and we defeated the French team 2-1 in the group stage. But when it got to the final, remember what happened 3-0. So I think we've not been lucky anytime we play against the team we defeated in the group stage. They've always been getting the better of us. But of course, this time around, when you look at that team, the kind of it's been a transformation for me. From the quarterfinal, they've been so fantastic, and they've been playing. They've been massive defensively. They've been it's been very top notch. So for me, I think the game will go the way of the Golden Eaglets today.
All right, let's look at a confirmation of what's going to go down today, the third place and the final. Both matches will take place today, of course, in the United Arab Emirates. But let's just see. Of course, Nigeria will take on, that's in the final, Nigeria will take on Mexico, and Sweden will take on Argentina. Okay, so let's look at the journey so far for both teams. Nigeria has scored 23 goals in this tournament. By far the highest scoring team, and of course we have a chance to break the tournament record. I think it's held by Germany, 24 goals thereabout. So I don't know, journey so far for both teams, looking at them in comparison, which team will really catch your attention?
Of course, it's very obvious for everybody to see. Nigeria in the under-17 category, we are the most successful. Right now, it used to be Nigeria and Brazil, but right now, by virtue of getting to this final, we've actually surpassed.
It doesn't count for anything if you don't win
the under-17. It doesn't count for anything, and of course, looking at the both teams' route to this final, Nigeria has been the better team. When both teams met, it worked 6-1 in favor of Nigeria. Okay. And of course, you want to say that the team actually did very well, winning the second game. And of course, for the other team, I'm talking about the Mexican team, after losing that first game, they went ahead to win their second game, which was against Iraq. And of course, they won the third against Sweden. I
don't know if we can get it now, if it's quite possible. The journey so far for both teams, and it's been a good one for Nigeria. Maybe we should just move on and see if we can get that later. And just like you said, looking at the past winners, Nigeria has won 3 times.
This is our fourth final.
We don't know. Okay, this is what I was talking about. The journey so far. Let's compare Nigeria and Mexico. The toughest game for Mexico happened to be the game against Brazil. They had to win on penalties after it was one apiece. And you want to say the toughest test for Nigeria was the game against Sweden, but of course we came back to beat them in the semi-final. So you want to look at that Nigerian side and say maybe we've been stretched, and maybe the Mexicans, I don't know, maybe let me come to Femi. Let me see. Okay. Do you see Nigeria running away with victory?
Absolutely, nothing short of victory today. You know, because if you look at it, the toughest oppositions we've played, you know, we've been able to run ragged over them. Talking about Mexico, who we played in the group stage too, we played them and we beat them, you know, very easy. You know, Sweden we thought would be a bone in the neck too. We also